2022 made by Japan and Korea. The first thrilling crime drama, Fate Connect, is here now, starring top actor Kim Ha-neul, known for his smart role choices. With such a strong partnership, what surprises will this bring us? The male lad, Dong-soo, is on his way home. Suddenly, a car stops right beside him. As the car door slowly opens, a man aggressively jumps out of the car. Dong-soo quickly ducks away, but is tightly held from behind by a large man. He still loses consciousness. The scene shifts to a simple operating room. Already on the operating table now, we see a doctor pulling back his eyelid, carefully extracting both eyeballs. Then, he cuts open the abdomen. A few quick cuts, and he is gruesomely open, just as the doctor is ready for the next step. Hearing the buyer say they want no organs, the doctor, speechless at this, fails to notice the strange changes at the back. Countless strands of flesh flowed out. They were quickly filling inside. And with the help of those strands, the wounds astonishingly healed before their eyes, and the seemingly dead Dong-soo miraculously sat up. When the doctor heard the noise and looked back, the sight before him stunned him in place. As Dong-soo, now without eyes, was at a loss, the eyeball on the table weirdly turned to look at him. It seemed to say something. Dong-soo hurriedly reached out in that direction. Sure enough, he touched one of the eyeballs. Then, another bizarre scene unfolded. His left eye and the eyeball sprouted bloody threads. The eyeball popped back. Finally, the astonished doctor reacted. He urgently called for help. Dong-soo panicked for a moment, forgetting to put the other eyeball back. He jumped out to flee. With the arrival of the next morning, a mysterious human-shaped statue appeared on the street. But shortly after, then liquid started to leak from its eyes. People then saw this was a person. The police responded rapidly to the report. The leader's expression revealed it all. Clearly, this isn't the first victim. Not long ago, a man was turned into a statue displayed on the street. Through the analysis of the two cases, they found no connection between the two victims. Number. A strange tag was also marked on the body. The police were utterly baffled. Meanwhile, as Easton escaped, sharp pain hit him. After rubbing his eyes and reopening them, a strange image appeared before him. He was shocked. He thought it was a hallucination. He tried to cover his left eye, but found the image didn't disappear at all. As the man in the image turned on a computer, a heavenly image appeared before him. One of the markings, it was the same mark on the victim. Then the man reached for eye drops beside him. This made Easton realize something. He thought his eye had been transplanted to that man. That's why he could see what that man saw. He didn't know yet. To retrieve the lost eyeball. That night, Easton returned to the place where his eyeball was taken. Then the thug upstairs spotted him. He looked so excited. Turns out since they took Easton, after hearing he can regenerate, they sent goods to Pride Info. They intended to capture him for research. A group chased him hard. In this dire moment, a train. Before Easton could breathe, a woman suddenly appeared behind him. She pulled him into an alley. Not knowing her identity, Easton wanted to ask, but he heard the pursuers coming this way. Startled, he dashed into an alley. Yet the woman said it was a dead end. Then she told Easton to run her way. Easton had to act as told. Just as he wondered, he heard the pursuers nearing. With no time to think, he fled. He soon reached an end and realized it was a dead end, fuming at himself for being so easily fooled. While he thought of an escape, he saw the woman had been waiting long. He immediately thought the woman was working with them. Instead, the woman looked at him blankly after hearing that. Then she swiftly stabbed Easton in the leg. Only then did the woman smile happily. Before Easton understood her aim, the next second he was pushed down by the woman. See, Easton crashed to the ground. He quickly got back on his feet. The woman significantly said, "Welcome." A playful boy climbed up to steal an ass, but the bird that happened to return. In his panic, the boy slipped. He fell hard to the ground from the tree. However, a strange scene unfolded. His broken leg rapidly healed before their eyes. The boy stood up unharmed. All the other kids nearby were left dumbfounded. They kept muttering, "Monster, monster!" It was from that moment on, Easton lost all his playmates. In immense pain, he still didn't know. Due to this amazing healing power, they even wanted to capture him for study. Suddenly, a mysterious woman appeared. She pushed him off the stage. No doubt, Easton could bounce back after crashing down. The woman showed no signs of shock. Clearly, she knew all about Easton. The scene shifted inside a warehouse somewhere. As the zipper of a bag opened, a young white woman appeared. But that evening, Easton met the one who caught his eye again. They made visual contact. He saw the person pick up a spilled bottle, then start wiping the water stains from a sketchbook. At the same time, Easton noticed a strange mark on the book. It seemed to trigger something related to body art. What he found next shocked him. The one who captured his attention turned out to be a psychotic killer. Soon, with the arrival of the next day, another art-related murder appeared on the streets. The same label was found engraved on the victim's body. No helpful clues were left at the scene. While the police have no leads, the lad saw something in a crime scene photo. He inadvertently saw Easton lurking in the crowd. Thus, Easton was identified as a suspect. At the same time, Easton and the monster, once again, a visual overlap occurred. Through each other's perspective, Easton saw a strange woman. The statue behind the woman reminded him of that place, so he hurried to the statue's location. What luck! He saw the strange woman in the picture. Terrified both women. Before Easton could speak, a woman hurriedly left with an excuse, and, accompanied by a male colleague, they soon arrived at a restaurant. The woman discovered her crushed colleague, so she eagerly approached him to join him for dinner. That her crush was actually a psychopathic killer. She thought to get closer. Easton and Wesley connected again. Seeing each other dining in a restaurant, along with the woman they just saw, Easton knew she was nearby and hurriedly searched around. As he pushed open the door of the restaurant, he happened to brush past Wesley, who was coming out. And the one-eyed woman was already terrified. The male colleague hurriedly stepped forward. She threatened to call the police to scare Easton. Ace repair at home. He was thinking of how to find that guy. Suddenly, a celestial map appeared on the screen. It gave him instant inspiration. In a casual moment, he found the link between them. So he quickly went to an astrology shop. The mark he saw in the sketchbook before was indeed about Pluto and the dates of the previous cases. Venus symbolizes beauty and art, while Pluto represents destruction and rebirth. That's why it's called Death Sky. Hearing this, East Repair got it. Then, he heard the astrologer say the next time the stars align would be from Christmas to January 6th. Would certainly strike again during that time. But he had just left. The astrologer was called over by the police. It turned out the police traced the mark to Pluto. Then, at the astrologer's explanation, they understood that. They also learned from the astrologer. The one-eyed suspect came to her too. The leader quickly got alert. He hurriedly sent aides to find Easton. Meanwhile, the killer was preparing his next piece.